Is this the land of the gods?
Look within the dark, as deep as you dare. There inside you find destruction you see. I call out these prayers to the skies, filled with thought. See your face. I carry these memories inside, sparks of the soul, colored by love. See me grow wings and fly high. Passions will die down below.
I don't think you guys realize just how long I have wanted to make this video. It has gone through at least like 6 scripts, and I planned it initially to be my first video. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why, like, it's not that complex of a game to talk about. But every time I'd write a script, I'd just be like, okay, this video is gonna be like 40 minutes. And I don't like making super long videos, so I'm just gonna try my best to condense this into a decent runtime. So, Drakengard! Dragon Dragoon, also known as Drakengard in the West, is an action RPG series that's developed by the NFT lovin' Square Enix. And Yoko Taro, I'm gonna give you a heads up right now, because I know you're watching this. If you even think about making Nair Monkey NFTs, I will fly down to Japan, and I will fucking smash that Emil head in! So for those of you unaware, Yoko Taro is just some lunatic that Square found in the dark alleyway, and he was kind of just like, dragons. And then Square was like, yeah, WWE ad could come from that one. And it did.
It's hot. Let me just tell you that Raw presents WWE Backlash. It's sponsored by Drakengard. Backlash is coming to you right now live from the Rexall Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Drakengard, ready for tour, available on PlayStation 2.
Okay, no, the real story dates back to the Drunken Clam, where the two dudes, Takamasa Shiba and Takuya Iwasaki, were just like, Panzer Dragoon on the Sega Saturn, baby, everyone's favorite, let's make it again. And so they flew all the way down to E3 to get it greenlit, but the Sony employees were just so goddamn tired, they were just like, dragons. And so they started development, Yoko Taro was brought aboard to write the story, and then one day Yoko Taro saw some bozo playing Dynasty Warriors, and he was just absolutely disgusted. He was just like, you kill people? In a video game? That's messed up, you should be penalized for that one. And so they slapped Dynasty Warriors gameplay into Drakengard, and it was meant to make you feel like a piece of shit while playing it. So at this point you may be asking, how is the gameplay? Because, you know, Panzer Dragoon, for as much as I made fun of it for earlier, it's a decently fun game. And the Dynasty Warriors are pretty simple but fun as well. So this should be at least tolerable. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I kid you not when I say this was one of the least enjoyable video game experiences of my entire life. The ground combat, it's just so insufferable. I swear to God, these levels drag on for like 40 minutes. Despite this initially just being a Panzer Dragoon game, the dragon segments aren't even half of the game. The ground segments, you know the square button. Everyone loves the square button. Well, that's the whole game. You just press the square button. There's no challenge here. The controls are absolute ass. Look, you can argue the Dynasty Warrior games are no different. They're pretty button mashy. But they kind of make up for it because you can just tear through hordes of enemies with these super flashy anime specials. But this is just slowly walk up to an enemy and do these pathetic little sword swings 3 times, and your character moves like he's on fucking molasses. As for the dragon missions, they're slightly more tolerable, but that's not really saying much when the other half of the game is hitting the square button for 40 minutes. The only real issue I have with them is the camera could be an absolute bitch sometimes, and the flying controls can just feel really clunky. But I don't know, they're tolerable. I wish they were the entire game like initially intended, but Yoko Taro had to be so disturbed by Dynasty Warriors. It's cool that you can sometimes fly as the dragon to bypass some of the ground stuff, but one arrow will just fucking touch you and knock you off the dragon. It sucks. Just to clarify, I could only bring myself to get ending A. These missions, dude, they take like 30 minutes. The game isn't long, it's only like 10 hours, but that was enough for me. I didn't need to play any more than that. So shoutouts to anyone who could get past ending A, because I had to go to YouTube, I couldn't do it. I know I shouldn't be reviewing a game I technically haven't fully played, but after like 30 minutes, I pretty much experienced everything the gameplay has to offer. Listen, you can call me a pussy all I want for not getting this stupid-ass collect every weapon, but I am not going to spend 40 hours pressing the square button. I am not trying to undo years of therapy sessions just to see this.
Death need not be the end of hope! Ah!
Although the gameplay was absolutely terrible, I still somehow pushed through to the ending of A. And it was mostly due to the story, and yeah, the story is mostly why this game even got a fandom to begin with. Yoko Taro is pretty infamous for having really dark and weird themes in his writing, but at the end of the day, they're still super well written with a layer of just some optimism and beauty sprinkled in there. But the same can't really be said about this game. Like, this is just straight up fucked. Like, I don't know what's happening half the time here.
The Watchers, they sing. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Stop it!
Drakengard at first just seems like your classic medieval fantasy RPG. It has all sorts of mystical creatures like dragons, fairies, and white people. And the main character, Kaim, is a prince of the Kingdom of Midgard. He's attempting to protect his kingdom from the evil empire who are trying to break these mystical seals known as the Seeds of Destruction. When the Seeds of Destruction are destroyed, they unleash an evil cult known as the Watchers. And Kaim, might I add, is based off of Guts from Berserk, but if he was kinda more of a sociopath and he was racist towards dragons. Despite being a silent protagonist, I honestly think Kaim is one of the most interesting aspects about this game. I know this is going to sound like really big boomer energy, but whenever we're playing a video game, we just kill all these enemies without really thinking about it. And that's fine, they're just virtual people. But when you go and take that mindset and apply it to a character within this world, he's just a goddamn psychopath. And it's fucking hilarious. I will be tearing through these enemies, and all the other characters are just absolutely horrified. And Kaim does not give a single fuck. He will slaughter all of these children without a care in the world.
Mother, I don't want to die!
Kaim, please, no more! We cannot! They are so powerless, yet your sword spares none. Your heart is black.
Going back to Kaim's dragon racism, he basically hates dragons because they killed his family. And then there's Angelus, who hates humans, just, I don't know, she just felt like it. After getting their shit kicked in by the Empire, they're forced to make a pact together. Basically, a pact in this world is when the soul of a human and just any type of beast, they just become linked like Xenoblade 2 shit. This revives them from the brink of death, and then the human also gets some sort of special power. Yeah, fuck you, beast. You don't get any powers. What are you, stupid? We can get cool shit like fireballs, super strength, or fuck it, a time stop. Yeah, JoJo, am I right? Alright, no, actually, the humans are the ones getting fucked, because this power comes with a price. Kinda like what Uncle Alfred said. The price can be literally anything. Your balls? Yeah, sure. Your beatboxing skills? Fuck you, Verbal Ace. And in Kaim's case, he lost his voice because they really needed a silent protagonist. If I'm gonna be honest, I think Kaim and Angelus's dynamic is easily the highlight of this game. It's nothing mind-blowing or original, it's far from Yoko Taro's best work. But it's just nice to see them slowly warm up to each other over the course of the game, and they just eventually get over their racism altogether.
Kaim, I am tired again. bore me as you did before.
Once again, it's nothing super special, but it provided something weirdly sweet and lighthearted in such a bleak, sad game. As for the other party members, I don't know, they kind of fucking suck. It makes me sad to say, because Yoko Taro's character writing is usually top-notch. But these guys have, like, no personality besides, like, just being fucked up. They kind of just exist to shock the audience along with showcasing pact abilities. First off, we have this dude. He's a pedophile. Like, just a straight-up groomer that we just let travel with us. And he lost his vision because of the Haruhi Suzumiya fairy. And then we have this lady who she just eats babies? And then for some reason Yoko Taro said she's based off of Ritsuko from Evangelion? Has this dude watched the show? When did Ritsuko ever express the desire to eat babies? And then there's this kid. He's like the only remotely interesting character because his sister's missing, so we have like a mystery. Oh, where'd his sister go? Also, he can't age, so good job putting him on the team with the pedophile fucking Kaim. And also, he could do the funny JoJo move. You guys get it, JoJo. He can time stop. That was a good Joe joke, bro. And we have this priest. He really is just fucking obnoxious, and he is bald. Therefore, I hate this guy. And then there's this other dude, Inuar, who's just here at the start. He's like a childhood friend of Kaim's, and he just absolutely wants to bang Kaim's sister. But Kaim's sister actually wants to bang Kaim instead, so he fucking hates Kaim. And then he gets captured by the Empire and just psychologically manipulated it into wanting to murder Kaim.
Please stop.
All mine, Furiai, all mine, all mine, all mine. No man can have her. No man, not even Kaim. Is only on me. Please, gaze upon me.
And yeah, the plot kind of just forgets about him, so I don't know. Rest in peace, Bozo. So basically, you recruit all these weirdos and go on a wacky adventure to save all of the seals from the Empire. But you guys fucking suck at your job and they destroy literally everyone. Good going, guys. But hope isn't lost. Your sister, the weird incest one, is a super duper 5th seal. So as long as we have her safe, everything will go over. You motherfuckers. So yeah, with all the seals destroyed, the apocalypse is happening now. And remember that JoJo kid with the missing sister? Well, his sister was possessed by a Watcher this whole time, and she is the leader of the Empire. I don't know how, they got the fucking boss baby running the Empire. And she is in a floating castle now, doing an ancient ritual to unleash the Watchers. So Kaim flies in with his dragon, beats the absolute living shit out of this child with no remorse, frees her of her possession. I don't know how, I shot fireballs at her, she should be dead. And then, you know, everything's all happy. Wait, no, the seals are still destroyed. So Angelus decides to become the new seal, because she can do that apparently. And so the pact is broken somehow, and then boom. No more Watchers, happy ending. God damn it, Yoko Taro, there's 4 more endings, aren't there? Hey, you guys remember that weird fucking tortured dude who wanted to bang your sister? Well, you know, he finds her dead body, and then he does some off-the-wall botched resurrection shit, and then he creates the hot botched resurrection girlfriend, and then Kaim has to go and kill him, and then kill his sister, who's now a botched resurrection GF. This was fucking terrifying. Remember how much I was talking about, like, how cool Angelus and Kaim's dynamic was, how they got over their racism? Well, this ending throws that all out the fucking window. So basically, the possessed sister is just like, I'm gonna beat you, but I'm gonna summon a dragon this time. But then the dragon just eats her, and Angelus is just like, oh yeah, Kaim, forgot to mention, we've been planning to revolt against the humans this whole time. And so, you have to kill Angelus, and that breaks the pact. And then Kaim says this absolutely inspirational line. I am Kaim! and then it just ends with him going out to slaughter every dragon, undoing all of the development throughout the game. Remember in ending A where the possessed girl got beaten, but the seals were still away, so the Watchers were still coming, but Angelus was just like, I'll be a new seal. Well, what if she wasn't like, I'll be a new seal? So yeah, the Watchers actually show up. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited for this one. They alluded to the Watchers being this dark, mysterious force who are like super intelligent. So I expected some badass, cool, shadowy, robe-wearing dudes. But, nah. What the fuck? Okay, so like, these giant babies come out, and they're the Watchers. They got the fucking boss baby Watchers! And they just eat everyone. And then the mother comes, and she's just fucking creepy too. And then she goes to give birth to more babies. But the JoJo kid is just like, don't worry, I'll use super permanent time stop on her. And then he just does it, and they're frozen in time forever. The world is still overridden with fucking demon babies, but I don't know, dude. This is just fucking... Yoko Taro, what is this? Okay, so ending E is basically the same as ending D. The scary babies come out, the mother's about to give birth, but instead of JoJo Kid time stopping, Kaim and Angelus are just like, let's go fuck their pussies. And so they fly down, and then the scary mother thing is just like, ooh, I'm gonna send us to another dimension. And then they land in modern day Tokyo, and then they have an epic song battle that isn't really explained until Drakengard 3. And it's kinda terrifying and awesome. Can I just mention Yoko Taro wanted this to be a sing-off with a Japanese idol? I wonder why that got rejected. So basically, this was just supposed to be a shitpost Evangelion reference you got for 100%ing the game. But no, Yoko Taro decided that it'd be funny to make it the canon ending by having it the basis for the entire Nair franchise. While the story isn't anything like super mind-blowing, I think what truly helped it shine was the overall presentation of everything. The worlds in this game are all super bleak, and there's just this mysterious fog surrounding everything, and it's mostly just empty fields. But I think that works in the game's favor. As the game progresses, you see the world around you slowly get worse and worse until you're basically fighting in hell itself. The music also plays a big part in setting the tone. Now don't get me wrong, it's very repetitive, but honestly I think that was intentional. Like, I feel fucking insane playing this game. It feels like a creepypasta, you know? I feel like I found this game in, like, some thrift store, and then, like, Kaim had super realistic blood eyes. For whatever reason, Yoko Taro just wanted to design a game that made you feel like shit while playing it, and yeah, they did a good job. It kinda just has that uncanny PS2 era effect, where it's not actively scary, but it just makes me uncomfortable. And this is something I don't think any other Drakengard game has been able to replicate. Call me fucking crazy because I spent the entire first couple minutes of this video ranting about how much I hated the gameplay, but I feel like the monotony of the gameplay, the repetition of the music, and just the overall boring, bleak atmosphere adds to this game's charm. I always see people asking for a Drakengard remaster similar to Replicant, and I agree, it'd be nice to experience the story with actual fluid combat, but I feel like it also just kind of strips away the identity of the game, and also I just don't want to see the controversies that come from these characters in a modern landscape. Please, we can't let the Twitters see this pedophile. However, if they were to remaster this game, I do have one request. Can you please for the love of God, remove this guy from the game! Please! Whenever I do literally anything, he doesn't shut up!
Oh,
Please help us! No, no, I don't want to die! No!
So yeah, that's Drakengard. If this video seemed like sloppily put together and I sound kind of unsatisfied right now, it's because I am. I guess you could say I kind of forced myself into making this video, because truthfully, when I wanted to do a Drakengard Retrospective, I just wanted to talk about Drakengard 3 and the Nair games. It's not that I have no interest in this game, it's just that I don't know how to put it into words how I feel about this game. I guess that's kind of the beauty of art, but it's just one of those things you have to check out for yourself to truly understand. This video is not doing it justice. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to play through the entire game. In fact, I'm gonna tell you to never fucking touch this game with a 10-foot pole. But I think if it's something as simple as just listening to the soundtrack or watching the cutscenes on YouTube, you can see what I'm kind of getting at. And don't get me wrong, the other Drakengard games certainly improved in every aspect and have their own share of disturbing, weird moments, but nothing has ever truly captured the sense of dread and just emotion that I got from this game. I don't know what that emotion was, but I felt something playing this game, and I'm not sure if I liked it. If Nair is meant to represent the hopeful, optimistic side to life, Drakengard is that desolate, miserable side, kinda like the Joker. However, I think this game is really something that shines more when you put it in the context of the other games in the series. The fact that a shitpost ending became the entire basis for the Nair games, it's just kind of badass. That's what, you know what, that's the word I describe this game with. This is a badass game. And you probably expect me to check out Drakengard 2 next, if I'm doing these in order, but no. For some weird reason, they never made a Drakengard 2. I don't know if it was a weird Yoko Taro decision to not make a Drakengard 2, but